in the dark. Like everything is so dark today. Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up?
What's up,
How y'all
man?
doing today? How you doing? From the front seat. My guest today, my special guest today. I got two of the most powerful, funkified, funked up brothers out there in the world today on the international and local airwaves and United States of funkified America. The one, the only in the house today, Keith Jackson, JTRP, and my man Phillip Coley down in Texas, kicking it with us. We're gonna have JT on in a minute. He's coming up with us. Right now, I just want to pay homage before I bring y'all on. I'm gonna bring you on proper funk from the front seat. Here we go. Y'all know how we get lifted. All right, let's get it with the funk.
Gaming on ya.
And we gaining on ya.
All up around your neck.
What's up? What's up, my funk brother? How you doing? Thank you so much, Philly Phil, for joining me today on Funk from the Front Seat. I've been looking forward to this day since I actually started doing this.
Right.
You're my brother from another mother. We talk about so much. You lift me up, you know, and you completely lift me up, bro. I want to say thank you. I pay homage to you. You're one of the best out there that's doing it. You've been doing it for so many years. How you doing, man? How's your family doing?
Man, everybody's great, man. I'm doing good. I'm healthy, and I'm just loving life, man. Loving life.
Yeah,
man.
that's what we got to do. That's it, man. That's all we could do. So you're down in Texas, and before we actually hit the airwaves, you know, we was chatting it up a little bit about family and friends and everything. So your family and everybody that you know, how are they dealing with everything that we're doing right now?
Man, everybody's coping. Everybody's coping. You know, a lot of my family lays low. lays low. You know, my mom is 84. She's about
Wow,
to be
God bless her,
84.
man.
So, you know, she kind of lays low, man. It's a time when you don't get to see everybody really like
Yeah,
you know, like you normally did. But
yeah,
you know, life goes on, man. And you know, not to be political right now, but I believe once they finish politicizing all of this, you know, and the election's over and we get into a new year, you know, I'm thinking some of this COVID stuff will, I guess a good word is we'll have a resolution to this.
you know that's right. You know that's right. You know we're gonna have a whole nother show, you and I, just about the stuff we talk about off the air,
Right,
because
right, right.
you touched on a beautiful point. We are in an election year, so
Yeah,
we all know weird things happen in election years. Not
yeah,
that I want,
exactly.
because I really don't. This is pretty bad, especially on the kids. And tell the people out there a little bit about what you do besides this whole funk thing, man. You're a basketball coach, you're an educator, you know, and I think it's important that people really understand how you guys are impacted by this.
Well, you know, being in the school system, we're in a really, really weird time right now. Man, we have to be cognizant of the fact that uh, parents, parents, and actually us as educators, everybody's concerned about their health.
Yeah,
You know, I look at the TV shows and I see these people, you know, protesting about the kids need to be in school and open up the schools and this and that, and a lot of those are people that are not aware of the fact that you know we have
yep,
two campuses at our school. We have two campuses, and I work on the freshman campus, which is a separate campus from the other school, and it's like almost 700 kids in there, and it's really only two
wow,
main hallways. So
wow,
you think about every passing period, you know, on either floor, 300 and plus people kind of jammed together, walking back and forth all day, every day between classes. I mean, it's a lot of interaction, and it's a lot to think about in a situation like that. You know, conversely, I can understand people wanting in-person learning because that's how you learn the best. You know, a lot of people they're either not equipped to learn at home, uh, the kid or the parent is not equipped to learn at home. Uh, they're not the proper motivation to learn at home is not there
right, that's right,
for
that's
various
right.
reasons. For various reasons, And
Yeah.
so I understand all fronts. It's just a weird time right now, man.
It is. The most important thing I think is the structure because again, here we are hanging out with my man Phillip Coley, on the Funk Bus on Tuesday nights on Speaker.com radio on Funk from the Front Seat. We wait for Keith Jackson to beam in for P Funk Radio. But getting back to what you said, brother, it's like my daughters are 12 and 16, right? So structure was always the biggest thing, especially for my youngest just now getting into, her second year junior high school. And the at-home learning, I'm glad in a way that they kind of was able to do a little bit from last March to the end of the season because school just started for us this past week. Everything, a few bumps, but, for the most part, it went like they planned, so they kind of have an idea about it now. So this year they're not starting school fresh, like, oh, I got to
Yeah,
do, home
yeah,
learning. So that
definitely.
structure for them now is in place where, okay, you got 4 hours, then you take a break, then you got like 2.5 more hours to go. So I'm hoping and praying, and it's hard for parents and educators, man. Like you said, once we get going, we can get past this thing and kind of get some of these kids back in school. Because believe me, they need it, man. It's amazing the little things we took for granted. You know what I'm saying? And you and I have kicked it about this. We saw a lot of this stuff coming, because we
Yeah,
both got that third eye,
yeah,
and
yeah.
things like the little things I took for granted, like, hey, I gotta always have a mask. I gotta always have my sanitizer. For those of you out there watching on IBM.TV, this is serious. Try to stay safe as possible. Mask, sanitizer. You know what I mean? How are people down there reacting to the whole mask thing? Because I'd rather talk to you. I know you're straight. You know what I'm saying? Because the news is
Yeah,
going a lot. You know that.
yeah, yeah, man. Excuse me. I get people that message me, and people give me a hard time about being in Texas a lot of times, and it's like anywhere else in America. Uh, you can't always believe the hype uh,
Yep.
about what
Yep.
you see in the media.
Yep.
And it's kind of like there's pockets of in every state in America because people want to say, Texas is the country and cowboys and Indians and all that kind of stuff. And I've spent probably half my life back and forth between Texas and California. And California is not as progressive as people make it out to be, depending on where you are.
Yeah.
Some places just if you put a blindfold on some people and put them in some spots in California and a blindfold and put them in some spots in Texas, you really wouldn't know which state you were in, depending on what's going on around you.
That's right.
So I'm saying that to say this, you got people that were really adhering to the mask thing right off the bat. Because when it really first hit, man, I barely get out the house at all. I still don't get out too much.
Yeah.
But you had I would go to the stores, man, and it would probably be 50-50 with people in masks. And they finally mandated masks for everyone. And
Right.
now when I'm in public, it's close to 100% when I'm in the stores or whatever. And I don't really go to many. Like I said, I'll go to the stores and I'm back, man. I'll let, socialize and this and that. I got a homie that records, man. I get in the studio once, a week, once every couple of weeks, man, and get in the studio. But I'm seeing people kind of starting to, I don't know if they're taking it seriously because they take it serious or if it's because it's mandated.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. 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 It's about the same here. Although, and I just wanted to say David Brooks is telling you hello. Lance Dandridge shouting and telling you hello. Here we are again on IBM.TV. Funk from the Front Seat. My special guest
what up,
today.
Funk fam?
There you go. That's right. You tell them Phillip Coley and Keith Jackson be coming on a little bit, beaming in. So we just chilling. We're going to kick it and get into some serious stuff. But on a side note, then we're going to get off this. I was at UNC last week. And, I drive Uber, right? That's my part-time gig, right? So I'm working, driving. And I had kids in the car, and I was watching, and they all had masks or whatever. But this one kid told me, he said, they're going to have this massive party tonight. And I said, that's a big mistake. I said, because, and this was last Thursday, right? And then he said, yeah, everybody's talking about going, it's on the internet and this, right? So I said, you need to get on there and say, hey, listen, don't do that. And the next day, it came on the news, UNC Chapel Hill, COVID, shut down, White House party. So I wondered why they even did it in the school, or even opened up in the first place if they knew this was going to happen, because you can't control, thousands of kids, man. And it bothered me. And I put it on the kids that did it, and I put it on the administration that was supposed to be watching that frat house, because that's what they said was supposed to happen. But it was crazy. It was crazy. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. And then I knew, and I live across the street from Duke. So again, I had a lot of people, and I just live in a small 1-bedroom apartment, but there's a lot of people that are really understanding the safety aspect of it, and I just want you guys out there in America and around the world to understand, what up, my funk brother? I just want everybody out there to understand that, this is serious. We got my other bro. I got my 2 best bros right here. Keith Jackson tuning in. Phillip Coley tuning in. All the funk fans out there, it doesn't get any better than this, Keith. In honor of you and Philly Phil being connected, and I came on with Chocolate City a little bit just so I could pay homage to your Washington Ball Club for winning. I've been waiting since October to see you face to face to actually say congratulations. Yes, well, I know.
Thank you.
And I was like, okay, let me come on with a little Chocolate City just to let you know I was rolling with y'all. You know what I'm saying? National League man, I'm a Mets fan. But I wanted to just get that out the way. I've been waiting this whole time. So happy to see you, and thanks for hanging out on Funk from the Front Seat. As always, like I was telling Philly Phil, you saved me, and I'm forever grateful for that. How you doing? How's your family and everybody? How's Honeybee? How's everybody?
Oh, we're doing good. We survived last night's shows. Almost 3 in the morning.
Last night, once you get going, you just going anyway. You guys are amazing at what you do with the funk. But man, it was lit. It was lit, man. And the shout outs that Bootsy and Patty gave to Honeybee, that touched my heart. That was like the sweetest thing.
When they sent it, I teared up myself, just hearing it and just feeling that love that they showed, man. It was awesome, man. That's what it's all about. Love, as my man J-Dub says, love every day. So that's what we try to do, and that's all P-Funk Radio is about, man. Showing love and giving it back to the artists, really. Man. And artists like you guys.
Man,
Zack, and Phil, you're an artist as well, man. But that's what it's all about. It's just creating a platform for everybody to express their creative talents. Yeah. And it's not by me, it's through me.
You know what? It's funny because I dreamt about this moment, and now here it is. And on the side, quick note, Philly Phil and I, we was just talking about COVID and the school system and all of that because he's an educator and a coach. But
right.
I just want to make sure that everybody up there is safe and your family's good. How you guys handling it with that?
Oh, we're just doing what the scientists and the officials say here in Maryland. We've got a pretty good administration, so. He's a Republican, but he's a good guy. Larry Hogan, our governor, he kind of shut things down early, and we wearing a mask and just take it easy this year of 2020, man. We all had plans. It's all about adjustments this year, so
totally.
It's about spending time with your close friends and loved ones. So it ain't about going to the club or concerts. We just put that on a hold for a while. So
that's right.
Just lay low, man.
Yeah.
But all the family's doing good and everything. All my close friends and loved ones are doing just fine. So
good.
Thank the Lord. Praise the Lord.
Important. Yeah, that's important. And a few quick shout outs. David Brooks is watching. Keith, he told me to tell you hello. Lance Dandridge. A lot of people will be tuning in and out, just to
Dr.
pop in and say hi, whatever. But man, see, P-Funk Nation, to me, really didn't click in my head, even though I used to watch and listen to both of you. I didn't have any material, so I used to pop in and out. I never really understood what you guys were really, really doing. Sonia Murphy says hello. Until I really started back-to-back listening on Tuesdays, then listening to Gabe on Wednesdays, then listening to Keith on Saturdays. So tell me a little bit about your background. Keith, I'm going to start with you a little bit. Just tell me a little bit about it, how you got into this whole thing on the internet with P-Funk.
Well, let's see. In 2000, well, it's an evolution of going way back, and I've always had a love and passion for radio, going back to 1975, coming out of high school. So, like I said, life is about changes and options. My plan was to I played baseball, so my plan was to attend Howard University on a baseball scholarship and go to one of the best communication schools in the country at Howard University, with the built-in radio station of WHUR. But that didn't happen. The baseball scholarship kind of fell through. So I went to broadcasting school and worked part-time. And just kind of took it from there. My instructor at the school I attended, he worked at a radio station just outside of DC. So upon completion, I went and worked with him for a while, and you get to learn a lot about commercial radio when you work there. It's a tough business. It's a cutthroat business.
Oh, yeah.
So I got to see firsthand the station changing over, and all the staff being fired 3 days before Christmas.
Wow.
So that made it was a life-changing moment for me. So I continued to work at Metro Transit here. So I did 31 years there, and upon just about so retirement is good now. But just prior to that, I said, well, I want to kind of get back in the radio. And then, like I said, it was like 2000. And internet was just kicking off. We had dial-up at that time. So I saw a platform. It was a Live 365. So I went on there and said, let me brush up my skills after I finished Metro, retire from there. I like to get back in the radio. So started doing the internet radio, so like I said, just to brush up on the skills. And just took it from there, and then the evolution of the software that provided me to do it 24/7. So it was just one night a week at first, Friday nights, just like we're doing now. But now it's 24/7.
Yeah, man. Thank God.
And like I said, so it's kind of a merger of my two greatest passions, which is radio and of course P-Funk. So
there you go.
Hey, you don't get no better. My mother always said, find something that you like doing and you'll be committed to it.
Yeah.
So that's what happened, man. So like I said, my passion for P-Funk started back in 73 and being funkatized at one of the greatest concerts ever, Duff concert at RFK Stadium, like 70,000 people, and
wow.
P-Funk headlined. Came on at like 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning, and there was still 50,000 people there.
Wow!
And wow. That changed my musical life. hearing that sound, and that was just what it was all about. So ever since then, I've been a lover of P-Funk, and like I said, P-Funk radio. It's all about the artist. Like I said, it's not by me, it's through me. And like I said, it's just a platform for to introduce new music, all the artists, not just the Parliament, Funkadelic, George and Bootsy, but Candy Apple Red, the new artist, JW, Steve Boyd, Paul Hill, Kendra Foster. So we just try to keep it right there and within the funk family. And
there you go.
Every now and then we'll give some love to the other funk artists like Cameo or every now and then or something out. But
I heard you bumped some of this last night, Keith.
Yeah, man.
I heard you bumped some of Stephen last night, man.
Stephen, that's what's up. Yep.
Yo, I love the fact that you said spread love. Yo, Philly Phil, jump in, man. How did you get involved? And I know you and I have talked about your kinship with Keith, but I'm gonna let you tell that.
Well, it's amazing how much we have kindred spirits sometimes. Because I was a basketball player. I thought I was gonna go to school and play ball, just like he said that didn't work out, red shirt of the year, and then didn't play anymore. But I was in broadcasting also out there on the West Coast. And as long as I can remember, I was into music. When you're little, you kind of remember whatever your first memories were. And you might remember maybe one thing from when you were 3 or 4 years old, and you don't remember anything else about your life at that age.
Yeah. Yep.
And the one thing I remember from that age, and I don't remember anything else from that age, was I had an Alvin and Chipmunks record player. And I've been playing records since then.
Wow.
I mean, my whole life, everywhere we moved as a kid, my father was kind of in and out, but everywhere we moved, there was always a room that had music and a record player in there.
Right.
We were fortunate enough to have, I was the only child. We were fortunate enough to have an extra bedroom. It was always set up for music. If not, it was in the living room or something. So I've always been into that. And as I got into my teen years, I was always balancing the music and the athletics. I was in a band in 75, kind of like Keith said, 1975.
That was a good year.
I had a band called Soul Impact. And like one of my guitar players, I had heard Funkadelic and listened to Parliament, but it hadn't got into my system the way it did that year. Because we had that Let's Take It to the Stage album. Let's Take It to the Stage album at my guitar player's house. And we listened to that constantly. And my band, we started learning all these Parliament songs. And we would go to school and play the Parliament songs. My band would play at school, and people would look at us like, what the hell, what is it? Because it wouldn't be the radio hits, man. We'd go deep into it, right? And I got out of my band and I started playing ball, and I stuck with ball for the longest. In fact, I'm still coaching. I started coaching high school basketball in 1980.
Thank you for that.
85 or 6,
yes,
I think it was. And I'm still kind of with that. But I'm like Keith, radio was always a passion of mine. Music was a passion. For 15 years, I actually got into the automotive industry for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I had my headphones on every day. I'm listening to music. Sometimes I wouldn't talk to my coworkers at all.
Right.
And lo and behold, I discovered P-Funk Radio. And P-Funk Radio changed my world the way seeing P-Funk at Tarrant County Convention Center did in 1975. When I heard P-Funk Radio, I was like, this is it. This is it. This is what the listening experience that I've been looking for. So every day, man, and I learned, like Keith, like you said, that's when I first learned my boy Ron Cat. First time I heard Ron Cat, P-Funk Radio. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I wound up with a platform in 2011. The Fishbowl Radio Network, FBRN.US. Shout out Sammy G.
Yep.
And I didn't know what I was doing. Even though I'd been in broadcasting, I had some experience. I didn't know how to format the show. Started listening to Ricky Vincent, internet radio. Always listened to Keith Jackson. And I found a niche and a format. And man, it's kind of like the rest is history, man. I've met people that were my, I won't say idols, but that I listened to, are now my peer group. Like Keith said, it's not about me, it's about them. I present their music. They become friendly with me. We converse. I've interviewed, I don't know, at least a dozen or more people from P Funk, and we
Yeah,
always
yeah,
make it about them. Not, I don't make
yes,
it
yeah,
about the group Parliament or Funkadelic. I make it about what are you doing.
yes,
And I
yes,
Right.
kind of got
yeah,
that from Keith. I got that from Keith. Like, spotlight that artist, not the conglomerate.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's cool because, and I'm gonna make mine really, really quick, but I just have to tell you, now that I have both of you together, again, you guys basically kind of are in the process of helping me resurrect some things that I want to get done. But in 19, I don't know, 71, 72, I heard Maggot Brain, right? A friend of mine, Howard Beeman, took me to his friend's house, and I heard that, and I was like, "Wow, that's deep." And then I heard Testify, and I started noticing these are some of the same cats. At that time, as a kid, you know, like how are they allowed to play with another band? Because the rivalry. You're like, hey, they're not allowed to play with this band. You know what I'm saying? And then I
Hmm.
Right.
realized it was all the same cats. I
All the
started seeing some
same.
of the same things. Yeah, so it was deep. And then, like you said, 75. I heard Chocolate City, and then I heard Standing on the Verge, and I went back and started listening to that music, and I was like, these are the same cats, and I was hooked instantly because they look like me, they acted like me, a little rough on the outside, wasn't the prettiest brothers, but they had that glow of magnificence about them, and they were incredible musicians that I wanted to inspire to be like. But I'll tell you really fast, there was a guy in New York, because P Funk never used to get airplay in New York ever. It was rare, very rare. Maybe late at night on RVR, maybe until Tear the Roof off the Sucker came out. But our a W, I think it was NYU. WNYU had a cat on there, Terry Terrell, and he had a show on Saturday afternoons from 4 o'clock to like maybe 9 at night, and he was playing
Mhm.
all of the P-Funk stuff. And I heard a Blow for Me, a Toot for You, Bootsy, and I was like, hey, I just happened to be up in the AM dials one day. I was like, wow, they're playing this stuff. I didn't know that you guys were already out there doing it. I had to search and find, you know what I mean? And again, I'm paying homage. Here we are, IBM.TV, with two of the very, very best true Funketeers, brothers that I love, God-fearing men, Keith Jackson
Yes,
of
Lord.
P-Funk Radio and Phillip Coley. Get on the Funk Bus on Speaker.com. You guys made it possible for millions of people to check out this P-Funk thing. How does it feel? And y'all can just jump in when you go in the air knowing that there's millions of people get ready to vibe on what you do. And it's hard work. I know it is. How do you feel about that?
Well, it, you know, nothing is really hard when you love doing it.
Yeah,
By the same token, it is hard sometimes. But when you love it, you look so forward to doing it. Um,
yeah.
it's been my experience, and since early on, that it's amazing the way music touches people's lives.
Yes,
Like
yes.
I said, P Funk Radio would get me through an 8 hour work day,
Yeah.
and I wouldn't even feel like I was at work because I'm into that music. And the way it makes you feel is there have been times when I wanted to stop doing it. There have been Tuesdays when I just really, man, I'm just not feeling it. It's been a rough day. It's been whatever. It's been times when I just didn't want to do it anymore, to be honest with you. And every time, every single time, somebody would call me, get on my inbox, whatever, and say, you can't stop because we need you. This music
We
gets me
do.
through my
We
day.
need
This
both.
music gets me through my situation. I need you to do what you do because you help me. So in a way, it's become almost like a ministry,
Yes, it is.
a ministry of music. And
Yep.
that's how I feel about it. That even the days that I don't feel like doing it, and you never know who's listening or not listening, but it's touching somebody. And the fact that it's touching somebody, uh, is enough to keep me going at what I'm doing. Zach, you know, man, I had back issues for a while early in the spring. I did
Yeah, I
three
remember.
shows. I did 3 shows laying flat on my back, man. But
Yeah,
I had to bring the music to the people because somebody needed it.
that means a lot. Yo, Keith,
Yeah.
you said something a minute ago about this love thing. And funk fans, we know this about this love thing. You know, obviously, people that are just now getting into the funk, say the past 5-10 years, they don't realize we was always like this as Funketeers. You can see another
Yeah.
Funketeer at a concert, whatever is his is yours. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Tell me
right.
about how you feel about that.
Well, yeah, going back to that, I always remember at how peaceful and how much love was shown at the P-Funk concerts. You know, I don't think I ever saw any disturbances. Unless it was the 70s, we were all mellow and grooving anyway. So, but no, that's what.
One way or another.
It was here one way or another. But yeah, it was just a vibe. And as far as P-Funk Radio, like you said, getting up for it, man, that is, you know, that's the beauty of it. You know, the quote, "Funk is its own reward." It's the friendships and the people I've met, like you guys. I mean, Zack, we met right at the end of the Funketeers Ball, which is you know, it's just that's just one of the greatest concepts ever, man. And it's what it's all about. But just the friendships and the love and the met people all around the world, like Gunther Loss over in Munich, Germany, way back when. He said that one night he was going through he had broke up with his girlfriend, lost his job. He was at a low point, and once again he tuned into the show, and he said it was like a life-changing experience, and it just kind of brought brought a new spirit to him. So, things like that. That's what P-Funk Radio is all about, and that's what the funk is all about. It's a feeling. It's wherever you're at that moment.
Yep. You know, it's like church. It is. It's like church. Because every time I went to an early concert, and my dad was a minister. I heard you say that last night, a preacher's kid, right? I'm proud of that. But he had an open mind, and he would let me go. And when I would go to those concerts, I would come out feeling so spiritually alive. And at the time, I didn't know what that feeling was. I just knew I felt like that when I was around all my peeps at the funk concerts, you know?
Right.
And to this day, I'm grateful I'm living in this era and time because, number one, you guys are amazing. And I can't keep praising you enough because, like I said, people that have that thread going, and a lot of times I'll pop on enough, but I'm always listening because I want to hear the content of your show and how you took the time to set it up. And believe me, you two gentlemen are extremely powerful, very powerful. Your spirit, your energy, your love for what you do, always keeping it lifted, you know. And I notice you both take the time to say thank you to all the people that tune in. A lot of cats don't really do that, you know, and they're not sincere with it. And, you know, we know I'm not knocking anybody. I love everybody. But when I hear you two gentlemen do it, let me tell you. So, and this is for anybody. Y'all jump in. Feel free to jump in. This is a round table. Again, here we are, IBM.TV. Funk from the front seat. I got my two brothers in the house. My man sporting his championship hat, which I'm digging at.
And Chuck Brown. Chuck Brown too.
Oh, Chuck. Okay.
I like Brown Day. I like Chuck Brown's
happy birthday.
Baby.
Yeah, Chuck's heavenly birthday today, so you know we got into a little bit of that last night as well,
which was good, you know. And also, one of our fans, one of your fans, but a friend of mine, Mark D, up in Detroit, is his birthday, and I know it was Honeybee's birthday, and right, it was Jerome's birthday, right? This past week.
On Thursday,
yeah.
You said Mark Mallory. Mark Mallory today.
Okay, today. Yeah.
Today, yeah.
But where do you guys see And again, you guys are just giving love, man. You have no idea. I'm about to cry because I'm just so happy. I got you both
Oh
on. For
no.
real. I'm a very emotional cat. So that's how I feel. And I'm raw with it. But where do you guys see the future of, and you were ahead of the curve because now COVID has everybody emulating what you have been doing, right? So where do you see it going from here?
Well, let's hope it returns back to normal so we can get back to, like I said, we just make an adjustment for this year, but there's nothing like socializing and getting together, and fellowshipping together. But we just have to make the adjustments.
Yeah, I agree.
I think 2020 has been a great year for funk. It's almost like Keith said, it's a year of adjustments. And a lot of people, just due to circumstance, have focused in and honed in on what it is that they do. Man, these radio shows are cropping up left and right. New funk music is cropping up, all over the land. Man, I started doing this in 2011. I talked to Don Silver back in 2012. And I was saying this internet radio thing is the future. This internet radio thing is the new FM radio.
Yep.
And, at the time, I was only listening to Keith, Ricky Vincent, and Craig Black. And, I was just starting to kind of do my thing. But, man, my boy PTFI, his last album said 2020, the future is now. And I feel like for what we do as far as the funk music, the future is now, and it can only get higher because we can listen to this music 7 days a week now. Not only 7 days a week with just Keith, but 7 days a week with, man, a plethora of shows now. In the morning, in the evening, there's an outlet for these artists. There's an outlet for this music. I might play something on a Tuesday night, and once it gets heard, I'll hear it again on Thursday with Ray. Then I'll hear it on Friday with Keith. I'll hear it on Sunday with Robin. And lo and behold, it's catching on just like FM radio back in the day. So, man, I'm loving what's going on right now with just in regards to internet radio and the funk.
Yeah.
I'm loving what's going on right now.
Yeah, you both made a very good point because like and I'm gonna tell you this just off the record, but when you guys first started doing it, I know you were doing it for the love of it, but your vision has now blown completely up, and those of us that listen that are fans, we love y'all to death, man. We love what you do, and everything that you do has a purpose and a meaning, and that's very important because people need something to grab onto now. You know what I mean?
Can I say one other thing, man?
Yeah, go for it, man. Jump in. It's a round table.
When I first started doing this, and I was unaware of social media, but I was doing the radio thing, I was doing the social media thing, and everybody was selfish with what they were doing. It's like, if I got a thing, I don't want you to take my thing from me. So they wanted, and I used to mention other people's shows on my show when I first started, because I was like, damn, man, how's the music going to grow if I'm keeping it to myself? I would see people with Facebook pages, and I'm not trying to put shade on anybody, but I would see people with Facebook pages, don't say anything about so-and-so, just talk about so-and-so, which is, that's your prerogative. But when you're trying to grow something, I think it should be inclusive. And now I notice, man, that all these, man, Keith mentions my name constantly. He's mentioning all these other shows, Robin, Ron, Rick. Everybody talks about each other as like we're one happy family spreading love now, instead of trying to hold on to it and keep it for themselves. And I love that, because I envisioned that a long time ago.
It's because of Keith.
That's what we got.
Oh, go ahead, Keith.
No, I'm saying that's what we got to do as a race. Really, we got to stick together, man. It's not about we can't. The old crabs in the pot, theory is over, man. We now more than ever, we got to stick together, and Lord knows I'm not gonna have put any shade on anybody on with the funk. 'Cause like I said, it's not even about me. It's about the P-Funk artists and musical artists in general, because if it wasn't for them, I would be having a talk show, and that wouldn't be going too well.
We're going to get into that, man. And I was going to say, it's because of both of you that I thought about COVID, and I said, okay, where can I do something, and what would Keith and Philly Phil do if they was doing something in between? And that's how I started with my little 15 minutes. And just to think about what I learned from listening to you guys this past year, I was like, oh, Ricky Vincent is signing on. He says, great conversation. So, I'm looking to read some of the comments. That's your man right there. Hey, Ricky, Otis Hawk, down from Atlanta. I want to give a shout out again. I'm with Keith Jackson, JTRP, P-Funk Radio, Phillip, Coley. Get on the Funk Bus, Uncut Funk. Just hanging out, chilling with us on Speaker.com, on IBM.TV, Funk from the Front Seat. I just want to say, again, I'm ecstatic. It doesn't get no better. And Keith, I want you to elaborate a little bit more, because we're going to get into this. And you, Philly Phil, too. Crabs in the barrel theory for black men and women. When are we going to get it? When? Because it breaks my heart. You guys worked so hard to spread that peace and love. But,
right. I don't know if we don't get it soon, we're gonna be lost, man. We'll be lost as a race, man. We just got to, I guess we got to start with the youth now. We got to us old heads. If we ain't got it by now, shame on us. So
right.
Once again, it goes back to the we got to teach the children, man. Just teach them love, teach them to get a skill, or find that passion to do something. Whether it be we all can't be rappers, so we got to find something else. But it kind of goes back to the school, and the taking. Bill, what you got there?
No, I was just you could keep talking. I saw Afterglow Otis pop in, so I wanted to let Otis know I got my gear. I'm sorry.
No, they took trade out of schools. You back in high school when we grew up, you could learn to be an electrician. You could learn carpentry, automotive repair. So all of those things, are having a big impact on the youth these days. So, like I said, we just got to teach the young and the youth now coming up just to find a skill and find a passion.
Yeah. As black men, I know it pains us more so than most people might realize. Because you're carrying souls, both of you care so much about me as an individual, but about humanity. And I can, call you guys at any time. You'll always get back to me, and I always try to tell people, listen, be better than, don't look at me, but just be better than. And I have a lot of young people, you meet them, and you're just like, I don't know how I can even help you, And I'm always thinking of ways. So if you were going to reach out, Philly Phil, and talk to a young brother, and you're involved, education, you see it a lot. What would you tell them as opposed to joining a gang to do something else with their life? How would you approach that? Because a lot of time, these kids, you're almost afraid to talk to them about stuff,
Well, man, it's that's something near and dear to my heart, and I live it. A lot of people, we talk about it, but I actually live that every day. In my 30s, as a young guy, I worked at a school. We were on government grant, and it was an alternative school. Everybody was on probation and parole. Everybody in our school was on probation and parole, and they were gangbangers. The white kids were arsonists and car thieves. The black kids. No, I'm serious. The black kids were gangbangers. And it was so. Fast forward, I'm still in the game, and I'm working with these kids. Those kids now. And it's really crazy the mindset of some parents, and I'm just being real right now.
Oh
The
yeah.
mindset of some parents right now and what they're pouring into their children uh can be amazing. It's some really amazing kids and youth out there, don't get me wrong. And like Keith said, I'm fortunate to be in a district where we actually have what's called a CTE learning center where they do all the trades and cosmetology and automotive, and man, they teach some of everything over there. But man, the kids that are struggling to get it, my message to them is, and they're pretty much seeing it now. My message is everyone in America does not love you. Uh, Everything about America is not designed for you to succeed. Uh, but everybody is not your enemy. So you need to
Right.
gravitate to the people that are trying to help you and take that, and I mean, I just sit down and have some really real conversation with these kids about music, about the prison system, about the elitist agenda for America, about the miseducation of America and the way America does not really want everybody educated. So if you're sitting at the back of class thinking it's cool to not crack this book or not pass this test or not learn this math, this English, this social studies, that's by design. They don't even want you to learn it, you know.
Exactly.
So if you don't want to learn it, you're not hurting anybody but yourselves.
Yep.
So my message to them is really to be aware of who you are as a person and what America is really about and what your future really needs to be. Uh, and I just try to get through to them on their level, man. I say some stuff to kids that I probably wouldn't dare say in front of my principal,
Yeah.
or in front of my AP, or in front of another parent, because I don't even want them to know I'm talking to the kids on that base of a level. But
Yeah.
I'm trying to connect with them. I'm not trying to give you the classroom spiel. I'm trying to give you the real deal. So,
Mm-hmm.
man, we have some deep conversations, man. And some
Yo,
kids I
both
have
you
to talk
gentlemen
to.
are very spiritually connected to each other, as well as young people, old people, white, black, rich, poor. It don't really matter because we all funk heads, man. And again, here I am chilling on IBM.TV. Keith Jackson, Phillip Coley, two of the best to ever do it. You guys connect through your music and how you do shows and how you keep all of your fans like us engaged, right? And then we go out and spread it. So it's a ripple effect of love, and it's because of you two gentlemen sitting right there. Let me tell you something. If you guys are watching out there in IBM around the world, and I know it's night in India and everything, these are the two gentlemen that I actually look up to when it comes to understanding how to spread that P-Funk thing in a big way. And I just want people
Oh,
to understand how much it means.
thank,
It's
thank you, Zach. But hey,
hey,
let's give a shout out to two other funk brothers, man, that be
go for it.
throwing down. I mean, Gabe Gonzalez on Wednesday nights
Yep, yep,
with
yep,
Godzilla Radio. He's jumped on board here at P Funk Radio, so he's got the Wednesday nights. And Funkster Jones.
yep.
I mean, if you want to give a prize for the number one funker, I think Funkster is going to be in the running, man, no doubt. But because he's another man, his spirit about the funk, man, and
Okay. Oh God, yeah. Yep.
it's
And
impeccable.
I plan to have them two on next. That was my next two gentlemen like yourself that I planned, because I already contacted Gabe and contacted Funkster Jones, man. And I want them to
Right.
come on and we take it too. Because again, I just met him on Facebook. I was like, who is this guy dressing up in his cave, this funk cave? I was like, yeah, we became friends like that. And I didn't meet him until I came to the ball last year. First time I had
Right.
ever met him, man. And we embraced like brothers, just like you and I did. Just like
That's what we do. That's what the funk
yeah.
does.
I love Funkster Jones. He be in it. he
Yes,
be
sir. He's on it, man.
Funkster is the realist. He's the realist.
He's of
Is
it.
that a word? He's the realist, man.
He's a realist.
He's one of the
If
first
it ain't a
people I
word, it is a
discovered on
word for
social
him.
media. Yeah. Funk is a way of life. Man, he was one of the first people I discovered on social media.
Right.
And man, he had the puppet and
Yes.
Peter. I was like, oh my gosh, and I was like one of the first people I contacted when I started doing a social media thing. I was like, man, we got to talk.
Yeah. He
Hey,
beamed in.
let me take like a quick 30 seconds. We shouted out the Spreaker, not the Spreaker, but the P-Funk radio family. But man, let me say my brothers and sisters on Spreaker.com. Man, Robin Denson Austin, who is like does an awesome job with the funk.
Yes, she
on
does.
Sunday mornings, man. Awesome. Robin Denson Austin, man. We love you. Man, then my man Raymond Jukebox, man, who, it's kind of like me on my on one of my shows, because I got two now, man. Sunday is strictly P-Funk, and Tuesday we kind of get all over the place. But man, my man Raymond Jukebox Smith on Monday nights, and my man Ron Belton on Thursdays on Spreaker.com. And Ron Belton is whenever. But man, all of those are more people that I just feel like are in this family.
Totally.
And like I said, man, I have to show love over and over to my guy Ricky Vincent, because man, I met him early in the game. I met him personally early in the game when I started doing this radio thing, and he became kind of like my radio guru, as far as somebody that I talked to personally. And then I'm just absorbing what Keith Jackson was doing, over the air. And man, I almost became a hybrid of those two brothers to do, what I do. And it's like, man, just that peace and love vibe, man. It's just what it's all about, man. So, man, shout out to all my compadres.
Everybody you mentioned is amazing, man. And again, what you guys do, that's why I couldn't wait for today. I couldn't sleep last night, even though after the show, I was so angst up, because I knew I was going to talk to two of my favorite people on the planet, and it's an amazing thing to connect with people like you guys do around the world with, because I found out about your show, Philly Phil, from my friend in Australia, Wendy Beaver. She said, yo, you need to go on Tuesday nights. And I said, well, I see you. She said, but you need to go on Tuesday nights, because the way she said it, she says, they be talking all that P-Funk talk.
That's
I said, really? She said, yeah, Wendy Beaver, man, shouts. Love you, Wendy. She said, they be talking all that talk like you talk that P-Funk talk, right? So that's how I found out, man. And then, of course, meeting Keith at the end of the Funksters Ball, but I've been working on two new things, and I'm just saying this really fast because we got a little bit of time. Again, here we are with Keith Jackson, P-Funk Radio, Phillip, Coley, Speaker.com, get on the Funk Buzz. Two of my besties, man, in life. I got two songs that we get ready to put out. I'm going to drop one to each one of you and let it debut. One is called United We Stand, and then the other one is called COVID-19. And we're trying to get those done by like at least the middle of October. It's kind of hard, but I'm gonna make sure I got one to one and one to the other, so y'all can drop that out. The music that you guys play, I sit back sometimes, and this is for both of you, and I listen to those mixes, right? And it blows my mind. I put on my headphones. I have my water.
It sounds real good coming through the headphones, man.
That's why a lot of times you don't see me on the chat too much, because I'm so focused on how you guys painted that picture. You know what I mean?
Right.
And when you guys, it's Picasso, it's Rembrandt. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
It's
Zack.
Incredible, man.
Well,
it's incredible.
I'm humbled, man. I'm humbled. Thank you, brother. And like I said,
it's powerful, bro.
It's powerful. It's about uplifting. That's what it's all about, man.
So listen, we got to get people out to vote. I'm gonna address the elephant in the room now. Very important. Just give me your quick thoughts on the convention, if you watched a little bit, or what you think about it, or if you didn't, what you think about it. Anybody can, speak on this. It's fine. It's a round table.
Well, very briefly, because, man, I can go politics for a while.
Yeah, briefly,
Man, a politician is a politician, plain and simple. However, some have more of your best interests at heart than others. So as a voter, which we all should be, as a voter, we got to kind of see through the BS, see past the BS, see beyond the hatred of whatever it is that you don't like about a person, and try to seek out the good to make a best informed decision with your vote. Now, in saying that, if you can look at this guy we got now, personally, I don't see where all the good is. I'm not seeing a lot of good. I'm seeing a lot of hatred. I'm seeing a lot of misogyny. I'm seeing a lot of narcissism. I'm seeing a lot of egotism. I'm seeing a lot of ego trip, and I'm seeing a lot of just, man, Sir Nose-ish negative type stuff that's going down with America. So if you can see one side of the coin and the other side of the coin, and even if it's a rusty coin on that side, but that side is to your benefit, even if it's slightly more than you have now, I think your decision has been made for you if you're a thinking person. And I'm going to leave it at that, man.
Yeah. Well, like I said, it's all about your own point of view, but you look at the division that he's his rhetoric that he's putting upon the country and amongst the people. If we are supposed to be united, come on now. I mean, without really getting deep into the political side of it, but just go out and vote. Please cast your vote. If you don't do anything else, my mom, just before she passed, she even went, being a honeybee, we actually took her to the polls in her wheelchair, and she cast that vote 2 months before she passed. So, like I said, if nothing else, just go out and vote. Don't talk about it, and complain about and criticize, Kamala, this, that, and the other, and she did this, blah, blah. No, if you don't like it, go vote. Cast your vote. But whatever she is, she's 20 times better, 100 times better than this fool we have in here right now. That's all I got to say.
Thank you very much.
And I'm glad you said that. Because I don't like to see people hating on her for no reason. There's no reason for it. Look around. People just need to look around and be like, yo, like you said, crabs in the barrel, Keith. Come
crabs
on.
In the barrel.
Woman, this woman has done and surpassed in a man's world. And she's biracial. She's black. She's Asian. She's Indian. Overcoming. I mean, come on. Let's get real. Why would you even think something negative about this person just because she did something that you didn't? And that's what bothers me. I hate when people hate on other people. This woman was motivated.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? She was motivated.
I think
I don't know. I agree with both you brothers, man. Here we are again. Keith Jackson and Phillip, Coley, two of the best to ever do it.
Hey, Robin, I see you out there.
Yeah, this is part one. When at your convenience for both of you gentlemen, you got to come back for part two because that's what always happens. What's up, Robin? I'm gonna have you on the show soon.
That's all. Yeah. Spread that love around, man. We're good, man. I appreciate you, man. Like I said, I'm humbled that you had me and Phil on, man, and keep doing what you're doing. We look forward to your new music and seeing you back out on the stage, which I know that's where you really want to be. So when it's all over with, man,
we're gonna make it work. I'm so blessed to have you guys in my life, and like I said, it's I get goose pimples on Friday nights. Friday afternoons, I start stoking it up. I'm getting ready. You know what I'm saying? Because I know 10 o'clock is coming. And I listen to P-Funk Radio during the day when I'm driving. I always have it on. But Friday nights, I know it's coming, man. And like on Tuesdays or Mondays, when Mondays go by, I was like, all right, 8 o'clock, Tuesday, how's Phillip going to drop this or how's he going to drop that, And I noticed something. I have to say this. You guys are so similar, but your shows are so different. And that's a testament to your artistry in both of you. You know what I'm saying? Because what you do, and even Gabe, when I listened, he brought a different spin to it. And Funkston Jones. So much funk music for everybody. Well, you guys do it in a different way. And that's what makes the world of funk go round. So one time, Keith, where can they find you at? Because it's running on the banner, but I want you to tell folks around the world where they can find you.
Well, that's at www.pfunkradio.com. And like I said, it's 24/7. Click and listen. Also, it's on TuneIn and FM and radio.net as well. So you can catch it on your apps and things. But
awesome,
got it.
Awesome.
Come and call.
How about you, Philly Phil? Where you at, bro?
Hey man, you can catch me on Spreaker.com. Sunday nights, 8 p.m. Central Time, and Tuesday nights. Sunday night, it's a brand new show. It's about 4 or 5 episodes in now. It's called Sunday Night P, where man, I'm able to get my P-Funk on without interruption. And then man, on Tuesdays, man, we combine 2 shows in one now. It's the Uncut Funk with Phil Coley, which is almost 9 years running now, and the Uncut Chill, where we do 2 hours of slow jams, man. Spreaker.com, search Phil Coley, you'll find me.
Yeah. Yo, man, shouts out to Donna and to Otis, Afterglow, 92416. They hooked me up with some swag. Man, shouts out also to Patty and Bootsy. They sent me some swag in last week, and I just want to make sure I shout them out. Bootsy and Patty are amazing spirits. I'm trying to get them both back on, and I'm trying to get George on. I wanted you guys to meet my producer, Mark. He's a little bit in the dark, but Mark also, too, is a broadcast man down here, runs the show, the Juke Joint. He's into the blues thing. So, Mark, these are my 2 besties. And Mark is a gentleman
like Mike Hampton in the background.
That's what I said, man. You look like Mike Hampton up in there, man.
I can tell y'all for a fact that man over there, Zack, is always playing y'all's music on his radio and everything like that. I know every time that I run across him, he's got y'all 2 playing, and he's jamming with y'all on a regular basis. I have done it for years. I've been in the business ever since I was a teenager, so definitely have mad respect for folks that are doing this whole radio thing. So was definitely grooving to y'all's conversation, and y'all were just doing a great job letting folks know what's going on around the world and everything else. But I'm just going to let y'all know that I know for a fact, because he's one of my good friends and everything, that Zack is some big-time friends of Phillip and Keith, because every time I turn around, he's talking about y'all, and he's talking about y'all in a positive light.
Because I went to Mark's house when I had 2 drops. That's the gentleman's house that I went over, and he helped me record the drops for both of y'all. So, again, just having this roundtable discussion with you guys, and we're going to have everybody on. If there's somebody that both of y'all want me to have on, obviously we're going to get them on and just hang out and kick the funk like we kicking it, man, because all we have is each other now. I love you guys. You my family. Y'all my ride or die. Don't matter what state you in. You my ride or die. So however we got to kick it, we're going to make it happen. Robin, how are you? And we're going to make sure we get Robin. We're going to get Gabe. We're going to get Funkster Jones. We're going to get anybody, and that y'all think we can have on to talk about this thing, because this is our funk family, And you guys have completely changed the way funk music was heard and attacks, and people sell their merchandise, and they come to your 2 stations to make sure that they can be heard, and that is such a great feeling for anybody that's trying to do this thing, man. And let me tell you, you're on the Mount Rushmore. Okay, you're on my Mount Rushmore. You on there?
Too much praise.
I'm like, okay.
You on my Mount? I'm making my own funk Mount Rushmore. So y'all are the 2 first.
Well, from radio side, but you got to give the Bootsy and George and Bernie and Gary.
Oh yeah.
Hey, that's the man there, man. That's it, man. That's where it all starts. That's where it all starts.
We're gonna come back on another time, part 2, if y'all don't mind, and we're gonna talk about all the music, because we chopped it up so much today about everything else, but we didn't even get to the music itself, which in itself, and I know Philly Phil, you're a bass player and you play multiple instruments, and it's so much new stuff yet to be heard, that people still have in their mind. You know what I'm saying? I heard Mike Hampton's new thing the other night, last week, when you played it, Keith. The Kid Funk Friday. I was like, wow.
Yeah. Mark mine. Timing is everything. That song is perfect for the time we're in right now.
Perfect.
I mean, my God.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
It's huge.
Man, let me shout out to Keith real quick because I couldn't find it. And man, I was actually in the middle of my show, and I sent a message to Keith, and I sent a message to Funkster because if I can't get it, I know where the source is.
Yeah.
And I was in the middle of my show, and Keith was like, "Man, check your email." It's like,
right.
Got it.
Right.
And we started. We were able to rock that thing, man. And Funkster hit me like 30 minutes later, and I'm like, "Man, Keith already got me, man." So, man, and I appreciate that love, man. I appreciate that love, man. It's just, man, I can't stress the peace and love vibe enough, man. I really can't.
That's what it's about, man.
Thanks, man.
I got to shout out my man David Brooks too, because David Brooks takes care of my website, but he's always telling me about what you guys have coming during the week or whatever. I'll ask Brooks, okay, I was like, what are they going to do? Or what's getting ready to happen? And Brooks, like Funkster Jones, is another one. He knows. David Brooks
That's Dr. Dr. Brookenstein.
Dr. Brookenstein. He's in the no-no. Yeah. And I said, Brooks, get ready to happen, or what happened with this one, or who's sick, or whatever. Brooks is my go-to information, my thesaurus.
Right. We just try. Basically, we revolve it around a lot of the birthdays. So if it's an artist having a birthday, we just usually kind of spotlight or pay some tribute to that, or if something is going on in the community, like Poo Poo Man Anderson, he's going through the COVID thing at the moment. I think he's better, so we've sent our prayers with him. But we just try to show love to the funk community, man. I know Robin, she went through it there for a minute.
Yeah.
So, like I said, we just try to focus in and make it personal as much as we can.
Yep, and it's spiritual, which is what makes it even better.
Right.
And it's not about faith, believing in this or that. It's about what you guys have inside that you give back week in, week out. And let me tell you something. I took my title because I salute you. See what I'm saying? I salute you. That's how I feel about it.
Thank you.
I salute you, man. It's amazing having you guys around, hanging out. Please feel free to come back anytime you want. We're going to have another part 2 of this, if you don't mind, at some point. I know everybody's busy and we're all focused on things, but, I wanted people to understand where you guys are at mentally, because a lot of people, they don't really get a chance to really hear you from this side of the glass, because you're always on the other side. And I think it's important. Yeah, I think it's important, man, that people understand exactly what you do and how important your work is. It's very critical. It's the mothership. You are Pistons, like I wrote on my page. You the Diesel Pistons. You are the Diesel Pistons that drive that ship. Trust me when I tell you. And I know Georgia
has superlatives.
I'm telling you.
Because I'm telling you, I listen to the drops. I listen to the drops that George and them do. Everybody that's doing the drop for y'all, I hear it in their voice. I can hear it. How happy they are to have you. And that's what it is, man.
Oh,
peace and love. That's what it's about.
That's what.
We've been chopping it up real hard today. Loving it.
Funk is its own reward, like I said. It's the friendship. It's the friendship and the love. That's what it's all about, man. Like I said, it's not by me, it's through me. Appreciate you, Zack. Appreciate you, Phil. Keep doing what you're doing. Stay funky, man.
Man, much love to you.
I'll get with you next time. I'll drop a chat with you during the week and we'll talk about some stuff. Again, IBM.TV was proud to present my 2 brothers from another mothership, Keith Jackson, JTRP, P-Funk Radio, and my man Phillip Coley down in TexasSpeaker.com. Get on the Funk Bus Uncut, live right here on Funk from the Front Seat. Love y'all, brothers. Y'all have a beautiful day. Stay safe. Enjoy. And do all the good things and continue to do all these good things to keep the funk alive, y'all. Keep it alive. Keep it alive.
Right on,
what you doing, Zack? You're doing a great job at what you're doing, too. You're doing a great job, man. You got a knack for this, man, to tell you the truth. In closing, just want to say, man, Yeah, you got it, man. You got that thing.
Yeah, man. Your vibe is right on point, man. I remember when you started doing it, man. You going up, man.
That means the world to me. That means the world to me. And I only do it because of you guys. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. And my best to Honeybee. Have some birthday cake for me.
We're going to eat those chocolate-covered strawberries from Bootsy and Patty. They are delicious.
Yo, that's even
better. Yeah. All right. Thanks.
All right, man. I catch up with you, brother.
Peace. Love everybody. Love to the world.
Peace and love, y'all. Peace and love. Peace and love.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, CC. They say you jive and game and can't be changed. But on the positive side,
y'all know how we do. We love y'all out there. All my funketeers out there. Know that this whole funk thing is nothing but about peace and love. Like Keith and like Phil said. That's what we're going to do. Make sure you vote. Make sure you have your mask. Make sure you got your sanitizer. Make sure you got all that good stuff that you need to stay safe. Make sure you check on your loved ones. If somebody has an anniversary or birthday that we didn't mention, we love you. Happy birthday again to Brenda Honeybee Roberson, to my man Mark, to Jerome Bigfoot Braley. Happy birthday. Pooper man, I hope you feel better. Robin, I'm glad you're feeling better. Mad shouts out to Sonia Murphy. Mad shouts out to Mama Sandy. Mad shouts out to Dr. Brookenstein, David Brooks. We love all the Funketeers out there that help support this show. We love you, Sonia. I see you, baby. Gaining on you. Yes, funk from the front seat. Much mad respect to the IBM.TV family. My producer, Mark Lee, coming out of Durham, North Carolina. Ankit over in India. Kimberly Holmes right here in North Carolina. And all the other good producers that help make IBM.TV the family that it is. Also, go to our website and hit on the dollar store where we have people like Jim and Lynn supporting IBM.TV. And mad respect to Afterglow, Benevolent Funk, Donna Sneed and Otis Hawk. What's up, Funkster Jones? I see you. Mad respect for the gear. Thank you. I love y'all. I'm constantly rocking it. See that Afterglow? 92416, Funk from the front seat. We constantly rocking this. So, yo, check it out. When you guys go out today and you're safe, look around at nature. Look around at the beauty of this country. And this country is worthwhile saving. I'm going to leave y'all with this thought. This country, and I'm going to say it again, black, white, rich or poor, gay, straight, don't matter if you believe in God or not. This country is worthwhile saving because our forefathers saved it for us. You feel me? They felt it was also very important to get out there and march, to support, and to do all the things, to vote. They stood on lines. They were hit with bricks. They had dogs sicked on them. They had water hoses turned against them. They were locked up in unmentionable quarters, things that none of us would never have endured nowadays. They were beaten, thrown off buses, had to walk miles and miles to work to prove a point. Just to make pennies, minimum wage. It was worth it to all of them, so I could be sitting here right now. So I'm going to tell you, if you can't fight, I'm going to fight for you. If you need help, I'm going to try to help you because it's worth it. This country is worthwhile saving. And until we all get that mentality and start thinking and working together, we're going to be lost in the wilderness. If you don't want to help do things the right way, go somewhere else by yourself. You don't need to roll with the rest of us that want to elevate our minds and think on a higher level. But this country is worthwhile saving. So let's go ahead and do what we got to do and make things better for the kids, for the future. You heard Phil speak about, him being an educator, a basketball coach. That man's been doing that for a long, long time. He doesn't do it because he just does it. He does it because that's his passion. You heard Keith Jackson speak about the funk love that we all give to each other. That man does that because that's his passion, and everybody out there that has a passion. And I got to give a shout out to my man Mikey P down in Georgia, on Roster Funk. There's so many beautiful people out there, all over the world. Dawn Silver, I'm trying to get you on, so I need you, Dawn. George Clinton, I want to get you on. Patty and Boosie, want to have y'all on. There's so many beautiful people out there in the world that are doing so many great things right now to help heal this world and keep it afloat. Funkster Jones, I'm gonna make sure I get you on. I told you 3 weeks ago, you the man, and we got to get you up here. Brooks, what's up? Shout out. That's right. Brooks says get out and vote. Ain't gonna have no hope if you don't vote. Gotta vote. All my peeps on Strong Island and Bayshore where I was born. My mentor Howard Beeman. My daughters and my family in Georgia. I love all y'all. Staten Island, New York, Virginia. Time for the roll call. Tennessee, Texas, Philly, DC, Chocolate City, up in Vermont, Maine, Delaware, P-Funk, New Jersey, Plainfield, Strong Island, Ohio, MPLS, Minneapolis, y'all, Florida, Mississippi, Alabama, woo, Utah, Colorado, Canada, India, love my girls in Australia, Tiny Soul Sister in Germany, England, we love you over there. How you doing, Heidi? What's up? What's up? What's up? Arizona, New Mexico, way up in the western side of the world over there, Washington State. What's up? How y'all doing? Make it funky. Right on, y'all. You know how we roll? California, Oregon, all around the world, Canada. We love all y'all. Keep the funk alive. Keep the funk alive. I'm your host, number 9, Funk from the front seat. I'm amped. I'm hyped. Time to go work out. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Love y'all. See y'all next week. I'm out.